Hey everybody, welcome to Burton Ballers, and this is the match review of our expected defeat against Manchester City. So welcome to Chelsea 0, Manchester City 1. Welcome to the Burton Ballers. Ain't got no time for no stallers, yeah.
We are the risers, we're not the fallers. Our channel is growing wider and taller.
Yeah, we're here to give you the news about your dear beloved Blues, yeah.
So if you like this YouTube channel, like, subscribe and turn on that bell.
Yeah. So guys, more points dropped today, but you know what? I was resigned to the fact that we were going to lose against Manchester City. So I thought it was going to be 3-0, so 1-0 is a bit of a bonus really. But you know what? It could have been better. It should have been better, because in the first half, I think Manchester City and Pep were probably feeling sorry for us because his lineup was very confusing. He had Rodri playing as a sort of hybrid centre-back, moving into midfield. Cancelo was playing on the left. Was it left or right? Yeah, on the right hand side. And De Bruyne was playing sort of right midfield. So it was kind of a little bit of a disjointed Manchester City team, and they looked out of sorts in the first half. But we just couldn't capitalise on their poor start. And you know, we had a couple of shots. First, a shot by Havertz, which was, you know, comfortably saved by the keeper, and Chukwuemeka, who came on for the injured Pulisic, had a shot which was unfortunate to hit the post. But let's start at the beginning though. The injuries. What is the thing is, these players, what are they? They're made of glass. Sterling obviously couldn't wanted to make an impression against his old team, but he couldn't because he got injured after 2 minutes. Pulled a hamstring. You could pull a hamstring after 2 minutes. He didn't even run once for the ball, and he just pulled a hammy. You know, what are they doing? Are they not warming up before games? What's going on? Bizarre. And then we had Pulisic, who's, you know, made of glass. He had a shot which John Stones did well to block, but Pulisic, I think his weak ankles again gave way, and that was it. You know, people like him, Loftus-Cheeks, people like that, they're not durable enough. You know, this guy's crying out for more games. When he does play games, he goes and gets injured. And he's not cut out for the Premier League. I'm sorry. And you know, so he went off. But you know, one of the subs did really well when he came on, Chukwuemeka. Why didn't he play more often, guys? Come on, Potter, you've got to play this boy more often. He's proved that he's worth it. Very intelligent player, very good weight of pass. He carries the ball well, lots of composure. And then, but I can't even say anything about the other sub, Aubameyang. Aubameyang what? Yeah, exactly, Aubameyang. Because what was he doing on the pitch? Aubameyang what? He wasn't doing anything. He's useless. I'm sorry. You know, we just bought. Obviously, we didn't spend a lot of money on him, but we just another wasted money on a striker. Why didn't we just keep Giroud? Obviously, that was more Tuchel who let him go, but you know, Giroud would have done a lot better than half these strikers that, you know, we've got at the club at the minute, because this guy was, you know, non-existent. There was a chance again, like the Nottingham Forest game. Ziyech played a lovely ball in, but he didn't even attack the ball. He was static. Had he attacked that ball, got on the end of it, then we could have been looking at 1-0 going into the first half, or maybe 2. Had that Chukwuemeka's shot came gone in. But you know what? Manchester City toyed with us a lot in the first. They said, you know what, enough toying around, and we're going to get serious now. So they made a couple of substitutes. They brought on a proper centre-back in Angie, and they brought on, who was the other guy they brought on? I know they took off both their full-backs, Cancelo and Walker. Can't remember who the other guy was who they brought on. Was it a midfielder, Angie? If you remember, put it in the chat. Who was it? I can't remember now. It's just gone. Probably remember it as I carry on. And then they took over. From that moment, they took over the game, and they said, you know what, enough is enough. We're going to start playing our football now, and they started to play the game a bit more, boss the game a bit more. Players were put in their right positions. Bernardo Silva was getting more influential, and you knew that the way that they were playing, it was only a matter of time before they scored. But we were hitting the ball on the breakaway, but something we don't do enough on the break. When Nottingham Forest played against us, when they forced a mistake out of us, they just went straight for the goal, they're direct running. But with us, once we got the turnover, rather than going straight, the passes are just sideways. They're not like vertical passes, and then so that allows City to come back into their shape, and that was one of the annoying things for me. So who was that sub? Still can't remember who the other boy was who came on. Anyway, there's that youngster, wasn't it? That young left back, whatever his name is, the black guy. But then they made a couple of other substitutions, and that's the thing. They got a bench. They can call on Mahrez. They can call on what's his name? What's wrong with my brain today? Jack Grealish. They can call those two from the bench. We had a lot of youngsters, but obviously we got probably more people in the hospital bed than we have on the pitch. First teamers, how many is that now? There's about 7 or 8. We've got a whole team as well, haven't we? This thing, we've got the goalkeeper, we've got the 2 fullbacks. The only position we've got who's not injured is a centre back. So I think, we have Fofana's out. We've got a midfield now. Mason Mount, he got injured just before the kickoff. Sterling, Broja. That's a whole team of injured players. Now Sterling and Pulisic makes that, and Loftus-Cheeks, bingo, a whole starting 11 out injured. Bring back Eva, I say, bring back Dr. Eva. She's got to come back, get these players fit. But you know what? What pleased me, although we lost, what pleased me was the substitutions what Graham Potter made at 1-0 down. On came Gallagher, on came Hutchinson, and on came Hall. And one thing that he's got to learn, if anything, what he's got to learn from this game is get rid of these old, tired players. Put in the youngsters, because these guys showed more fight. I saw more fight in 20 minutes from these guys than I did from all the other players. Lewis Hall was immense. It's a pity he couldn't score at the end. That's 3 chances now he's had against Manchester City. If only he can have a little bit more composure in front of goal. But he's very good on the ball. And he's unlike Cucurella, who didn't know how to tackle, and he was at fault for that goal from Mahrez. Because I think, did I talk about the goal? Yeah, the goal came from Grealish. Aspilicueta was kind of out of position, didn't react quick enough to the Grealish cross. Kepa was at fault as well. Why did he put his hands away? What's wrong with him? Kepa, I've been praising him for a while, but today he showed, was it going back to his true colours now? Could have parried it out, but he just pulled his hand away. And Cucurella switched off, allowed Mahrez to come in at the post to touch the ball in. So there's a few errors from a few of our players there. And that's how they scored their goal. But as I said, going back to the substitutions now, they came on, they showed a lot of fight, energy. Conor Gallagher, I loved his energy. I put him in my starting lineup for this game against Man City. He always seems to play well. He gave us that energy. He made it uncomfortable for their midfield, always, and their defence as well. And as I said, Hall was good. Hutchinson, not so much. I'd like to see Hutchinson run with the ball a bit. I thought he was a bit safe when he came on. Didn't attack the byline like I know he can. But, there's so much energy in that last 20 minutes. And as I said, with a bit of composure, Hall could have made it 1-1. He got a good crossing as well, where, well defended by the Manchester City defence. I think there was another cross came in where Havertz wasn't alive to it. And he missed it. That's what I'm saying. Our guys don't need to switch on, they need to be alert. And that one resulted in Thiago Silva having a shot which went wide. But Zacharias as well, I thought he played really well in the middle of the park. And what you saw was some fluidity in the middle of that park. And a lot of people are going to be moaning because we lost, not looking at the bigger picture. I thought the positives was we kept Haaland quiet. He only had one snapshot. I thought we defended him really well. And in the main, we defended Man City really well. Kepa didn't have a shot to save. And was it one snapshot or one shot in anger to save, really? Just a couple of routine saves, and that was it. So yeah, so we but it's just that final third again where we were lacking, and it showed because Erling Haaland's actually scored more goals than this Chelsea team, because we don't really create enough, or sometimes we have a little bit of bad luck in front of goal. But that's what an area that we need to improve on. But the season's over now. Let's just play with these youngsters. Chukwuemeka, the shot, the Lewis Hall shot. Great weight of pass to him. He sort of delayed and played the ball just at the right time. That's why I want to see. And I see the likes of Kovacic, frustrates me so much with his passing. Everyone waxes lyrical over his dribbling all the time, but he had 2 times. One time he had a great time with a breakaway. He overhit the pass to Lewis Hall, and then right near the end on the 93rd minute when we were on the attack again, this time he underhits the pass. Where the ball could have gone to one of Chukwuemeka or Hall to get a crossing. And that's the thing with our midfield. We're just too one-dimensional. I'm not talking about the ones who came on, the midfield that we usually play. Jorginho didn't play today. We moved the ball a lot quicker in the middle of the park today. We're more forward-thinking, And so if we just... These guys showed us a bit of what the future can be with a more fluid midfield. As I said, we gave Man City lots of problems today, in the middle of the park. But hey-ho, and I know some people are going to be moaning and complaining. I have some stupid comments by some people online already saying, Tuchel would have done better, and this is a tactical inept performance. Hello, this was a lot better than last season when we lost twice 1-0 to Manchester City. At least we had a shot on target in this game, unlike last season. So come on, guys, stop with your bias comments. We got to get real here. And so you know what, just play the youngsters. Let's have some enjoyment. I actually enjoyed this game, and I haven't enjoyed watching us in the past, but today I actually enjoyed the way that we played. Some of our play was pretty decent. So I'm looking forward to seeing how these youngsters can develop. So if anything that Graham Potter's learned is, out with the old, in with the new, and let's show, let's just put this season to bed now, and just use this as a sort of training ground for these younger players to come in and develop and show what they're worth. So if they do that, it'll be worth it for next season. So let me see what you think, guys. Stick your comments in the section below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications to be notified every time I make a new video. Take care for now. Bye bye.